Well, let's talk now to a man who knows a thing or two about the sea. We're joined now by Captain John Noble, who's worked in commercial shipping for decades. John, you must be looking at this and thinking this is something that people have been predicting for a long time. But in terms of the pretty simple salvage job, as it looks to laymen like us, what are they doing there to free the ship?
Well, it is an unusual circumstance to have such a big ship in this position, and the bow, that's the front end of the ship, is well and truly stuck in this side of the canal bank. The stern is less stuck, as we heard, but the bow is where it all will have to happen. And what they're currently doing is they're using dredgers to try and move the material at the side of the canal. In other words, what they're really doing is digging a hole so the bow can be partially refloated or completely refloated, and the ship can then be swung into line with the canal path.
Legally, who's responsible then for this cost of this operation, and what kind of numbers are we talking about as a rough estimate?
Well, the question of who is going to pay for it is a little bit wide open. The ship will have two sorts of insurance. It'll have insurance for the damage to the ship itself. Then it will have mutual insurance for the liabilities the ship will incur because of this hold-up. And the market will be very international. I suspect the amounts of money involved will run to the hundreds of millions, if not over $1 billion. We just don't know yet. It's far too soon to tell. All the ships that are waiting at each end of the canal may even have a claim for delay. The Suez Canal Authority themselves will have a claim against the ship for all the loss of traffic or reduction in traffic that may result from this incident.
We're looking at estimations of something like $9 billion worth of trade lost every day. So whatever it costs to get the ship out of these muddy sandbanks would seem to be a priority. And people now, John, are very much focusing on the next high tide and indeed the currents in the Suez Canal. How much of a difference do you think they will be and make to efforts to dislodge the ship?
Oh, the tide or the difference in water level is very much a big factor. I dealt with a casualty in the Great Bitter Lakes some years ago, and we used the rise of water to help refloat that ship. We still had to lighten it. So this, as the water level rises, so the ground reaction of the ship on the seabed reduces. And the point is they need to get to a position where the ground reaction is sufficiently small that any tugs that are there to pull can do so. And at the end of the day, that is how it will work if the present system is going to work.
Captain John Noble, obviously a great deal of time to go on that story. We'll no doubt be back to you to talk more soon, but for the moment, thanks very much indeed.